Hey, let's try that again. Technology. This is my first of a series of daily devotionals during Holy Week, following the steps of Jesus. And I tried to do this a few minutes ago because I want to do it every day at 12, only to find out that my sound was not on. Here I am. Anyway, hey, I'm excited about doing this. I wanted to do it for a while, and I think this is the right time. Hopefully, you can leave a comment if you want to let me know whether or not there's is the volume on. No, because some already figured out the volume was not on. So let me know if you're watching now. If you had a chance to jump back in, let me know if the volume's on now, and then tomorrow we'll have the volume on at noontime, so it'll be better. Hey, you know what? Monday. It's a Monday, and I'm just wondering if you've ever experienced extreme high or low in a relatively short time span. I have. In fact, I experience it every week, and I think a lot of pastors do. It's the Monday blues. Why? Because the week before, we're getting ready for the service. We're making sure the message is right, and the music is right, and the kids' church is right, and the food is right. We're getting everything ready to receive all the guests Saturday or Sunday or both. And then the weekend's over, and then Monday comes, and it's like, shoo, it's a huge emotional drop off, particularly if you're like a person like me, where you have maybe struggled with depression in your life. Oh gosh, it can be a gigantic drop off. And I used to struggle with depression for years. And sometimes it wasn't just like this. Sometimes it was like this, and it would be down for weeks. I'd be in depression. And I realized that there were reasons behind it and things that would cause it. And so I learned that when I anticipated a depression moment coming on, or I was expecting a drop off, I had to pray way more than normal. You have to stay prayed up. You've got to pray and ask God to give you comfort, give you strength, give you clarity. Because sometimes we believe lies. And sometimes when you're depressed, you get ideas that really aren't true, or thoughts that aren't true, or paranoid about people, things that aren't true. And that's where you got to pray for the God of truth, who's Jesus, to come in and really clean things up in here, get the memory straightened out. So that's the first thing, is pray up. Now, no one experienced this more than Jesus did 2,000 years ago. We just celebrated Palm Sunday yesterday. Palm Sunday. People are celebrating. They've got their palms. They're waving their palms, and they're laying them down in their clothing as Jesus is coming in. He's got his entourage surrounding him. What a celebratory time. People are yelling, children, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest, praising Jesus. What a great, great time. And then Monday came, and Monday was not so great. One of the things we know, and we just went to see The Chosen, part 3 Saturday night. One of the things that we found out from that and watching that was that we saw a side of Jesus we're rarely familiar with, or that society even wants to admit. Jesus in the temple, watching what was going on, was not Jesus meek and mild. It was Jesus mad and wild. And Jesus cleared the place out. He had a whip. He's whipping things, people. He's dumping tables over. He's opening up bird cages and letting the sacrificial birds fly out. He's untying goats and sheep, letting the sacrificial animals wander away. It was an amazing sight, and it was chaotic. And it was kind of a little scary, thinking that's how Jesus is? Yeah, because everybody's, oh, Jesus is a pacifist. Not then, he wasn't. And the religious leaders saw it, and they criticized him for it. And it was a tough time. It was a difficult time for Jesus. And of course, he knew it was coming because he's God, right? We don't always anticipate those things, but we should. We should expect drop-offs in life. Why? Because we spend very little time on mountaintops. And so the mountaintop experience comes, and then we go downhill into the valley. We need to be able to handle that emotionally. And so prayer will help that happen. Prayer will give you the strength, the resource, the clarity to understand highs and lows. So like me, so you're not going like this. Your highs are high, but your lows are way more regulated. And Jesus experienced this. And so Prayer was so key. Jesus prayed so much, and then expecting that drop off. People are like, seasons. There's seasons in our life. There's times that things going to be really great and times that not so much. But if we use prayer as a tool, if we use prayer as a factor to help us regulate those emotions, and God wants us to be regulated. I don't expect God wants us to feel those highs, those dramatic highs and lows the way that we do. But there's a third thing, and it tells about it in Matthew chapter 21. All the tumult, all the chaos. What did Jesus do? Jesus went back to Bethany. Why? Because he was going to spend some time with some friends. Just the week before Palm Sunday, Jesus went to Bethany to see his friends Mary and Martha and found out that their brother Lazarus had died. And what did Jesus do? One of the greatest miracles in the Bible. Jesus resurrected Lazarus back to life. Well, you can imagine the buzz about that, and the joy was still humming in the home of Mary and Martha. And so Jesus knew and wanted to not isolate himself, which is the worst thing we can do after a high point, but he wanted to spend time with people that he knew loved him and supported him. And so that's the third thing for us. Don't fall into the temptation when you're feeling low, feeling down, of isolating. The worst thing you can do. You've got to force yourself to be around people who love you and support you. So how do you handle these drop-offs in life? Number one, pray. Pray more, pray up, be ready. Number two, expect the drop-off. It's going to happen. And number three, don't fall into the temptation of isolation, but surround yourself or be with some people. It doesn't have to be a crowd. It could be 2 or 3 people who love you and support you, and you'll get through it. Tomorrow, I'll be back at noon, and this time the volume will be turned up. So I hope that you'll watch and ask your friends, relatives, associates, and neighbors to join you. I'm going to be live on Facebook on my personal page, Will Marotti, on our New Life Church CT page, and then also on our New Life Church CT YouTube page. So you can catch us any of those 3 places. And then we're going to get ready for a great Good Friday experience. Wasn't so good for Jesus. It was great for us because of how it turned out. But that's 7:00 Friday night, and we hope that you'll come. It'll be a very impactful, meaningful time. I promise you. Hey, listen, have a great rest of your day. We love you, and I'll see you tomorrow at noontime. Bye.